Okay, this is Aaron once again with Exalted Lamb number one. And man, I'm excited. This has been a culmination of many years doing this, and I'm finally maybe 100% sure this is going to happen. Um, I know a lot of times I've said, "Oh, this is good. This is it. This is going to be it. This is going to be it," and all this stuff. And I can never ever say for sure, but I have never been so sure of something because everything in iPad Goat 2 is basically unlocking for me. And I'm going to show you this. Go through several scenes over a few parts. This is part one. Okay, and so I'm excited to bring this to you. So I'm going to get to this right away. Okay, so again, I'm the Exalted Lamb 1, and then on Telegram, I don't know why it does that. Anyway, every single time. Okay, on Telegram, I'm Exalted Lamb 1, and on YouTube, I'm the Exalted Lamb 1. So my motto has always been having no part in the worthless deeds of darkness, but instead exposing them. Ephesians 5:11. And Jesus himself, who I know and I've known for about 20 some years, he's imparted to me dreams and visions that started about has been almost 10 years ago now. And then I started my channel 6.5 years ago on YouTube to warn people about what's coming, what he showed me, the calamity that's coming to the United States, because we are Mystery Babylon. Whether you know that or not, or believe that or not, it's in the Bible. The land with surrounded by many waters, the land of images. All the biblical description of Babylon, Mystery Babylon, is the United States. In fact, I have documents. I have 3 links to different downloadable documents in the description box below. Okay, 3 different subject matters about the innocent children that are taken, the real 144,000, and then that. So if you want to check those out, you can download those documents and look at all the scriptures that support all that about how we are United States is Mystery Babylon and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, and then also my timeline of events is pinned to the top of comments here on this particular video. The most recent, it's been altered a bit, again to make it more accurate up to this point. So check that out. Pinned to the top of comments on this video. So, over the years, people have said, "Oh, you false prophet," and all this kind of stuff. So, ultra religious people, of course, like I'm used to, of course, unfortunately, people have threatened me, my family, all kinds of just crazy stuff for basically just warning people. I mean, whether you agree with me or not, and a certain amount don't agree, and I have a certain amount of followers. I have 28,500 subscribers. Even though YouTube shadow bans me like so much, and they don't even let my subscribers know. They turn off notifications to most of them, that's been proven. So anyway, I'm going to move on. But the point is I make these claims based on what the Lord is showing me, bits and pieces of things the Lord's showing me. If basically, breadcrumbs on a trail, if you will. Okay, so, and I take that and I interpret it the best I can do because I'm a human being. Okay, and so people go, "Oh, you've been wrong," and all this stuff. I've been right about a lot of different specific things. People then follow me a lot of symbolic things on exact days I've been saying hundreds of times, and some exact events on exact days. And I'm not going to go through all that. If you don't know that, you can watch my videos. That's all I can say. I don't go back and try to prove who I am and stuff. I don't need to do that. I just keep moving forward. And if you want to follow along and watch and whatever, that's up to you, or don't, because most of these events I know for a fact are happening because I've seen them in dreams and visions. Okay, so anyway, and some of them I have to speculate. All of them have to speculate about dates and everything, of course, but some of them have to speculate based on what I see in predictive programming, what the Lord has shown me over the years, and also my brother Constantine, who's in Romania, and I've been working with him for the last couple of years, very closely, and we've really synergistically worked together to kind of figure out some more of these things and fill in gaps and things. So anyway, we are almost there. For those who have been faithful with me, and many have turned away, many have lashed back out at me over the years that were following me, and then things didn't happen and they just couldn't handle it. They walk right back down the hill instead of going all the way up the hill to glory, as far as believing these things are going to happen, the things the Lord's showing. because you need to know some of these things to know what's coming, so you can share this with your family and friends at some point, and they can start believing and knowing before the events are the major events happening, so you can maybe fly out of here, maybe something like that. I mean, I don't know, who knows. So anyway, just letting people know what's going on. And this has been the hardest road in the last year because everything's dried up. People have just become uh, kind of, I don't know, it's just been hard and harder and harder. So anyway, moving on here, let's just keep going here. So what I share a lot of my videos is, the people, the demons that are behind the elites that are doing all this programming in everything, all of media, the predictive programming, they're all into opposites. They're into backwards, things that are backwards, and those things are easily hidden, being opposite or backwards or even upside down and backwards. And then, of course, opposites being black and white, as you see black and white here. Every kind of opposites, backwards, upside down, and backwards that you can think of. Okay, so, and then here I want to again mention the rule of Kalel. The Kabbalistic rule of Kalel states that one digit can be added to or subtracted from the gematria value of a word without affecting its value. This seems to modern ears to be a cheat. However, the Kabbalists or Kabbalists explain the rule by pointing out that for them, one was not a number. The monad symbolizes the divinity, and he could come and go as he pleased, adding nothing and taking nothing away. Now, I have an addition to this on my own understanding over years. So basically, you're using different gematrias, and you can grab from one. Like, let's say you're doing English and reverse English on something. You can grab from one and bring it over to the other side, to the reverse, and the vice versa. And I'm going to show that a couple examples of that for you. And also, you can just remove a one. I typically don't add a one unless it comes from another gematria. I'll show you what that means. Okay, but because it seems like a cheat, but I can remove one. I feel like that you can just knock one out for a number of reasons. One can be a slash as well between dates and all that, and I've explained all that in the past. So, and then also 0 is hiding O. Now, I thought for a long time that O was hiding 24 because O is O plus O equals 15. 0 is hiding O. Like if you go to room 101 in a school, or some people call it 101, or that kind of thing. We've been kind of conditioned to say O instead of 0, and because it's hiding that. So O is 15, which is also 1 plus 5 is 6, and then 6 can also be 2 plus 4, so that was 24. So for all of 2024, I was thinking, hey, it looks like it's 2024, but now I know why it's 24, and I'm going to get into that, what 24 really is. 24, and then that's why last year was so important, and then 25 being the last 2 years. And I'll get into that in a second. But then also I want to mention this, that I haven't really mentioned before, or maybe once before, that I kept forgetting, but now it's apropos. So 15, which O is 15th letter of the alphabet, it not only is 1 plus 5 is 6, but it's 1 from 5. 1 from 5 is 4. So not only is 0 hiding O is not only hiding, and then O is hiding 15 or 24 or 6, is also hiding 4 because O is 15. 1 from 5 is 4. Okay, hope that makes sense. Just like in Roman numerals, I from X or 1 from 10 is 9. Anytime you have a 1 in front of something, and what they do is they do things backwards sometimes, so you'll have it backwards. And I'll show that to you and what I mean by that, backwards. So you have the going right to left, you'll have 1 and then a number, and that's 1 from that number backwards. And you'll see the whole thing backwards from what I'm saying. So it makes sense here, and that's coming soon here. So anyway, this year, when I realized this, and I don't follow NFL anymore, not for years and years, since I realized it was completely rigged and programming and all that kind of stuff. I used to follow the Broncos because I'm in Colorado, and that was like crazy. And then I realized, because Stinky BO, the 44th Pres, the Antichrist Obama, is in the den, which is what they call the Denver International Airport, the den of the snake, and there's a lit up snake at the entrance, and there's Lucifer. I mean, all this stuff. There's the murals that are in DIA and all this stuff. I mean, it's all his home. He's underground, and that's his main home, but he's all over the place, of course. But anyway, since then, I've realized that this is all programming, and then seeing these things for what they are. So this Super Bowl starts the timeline on the pre-day, the 9th day. Okay, so Super Bowl LIX is, of course, L. This is Roman numerals. L is 50, and then I is 1, and then X is 10. So it's, again, like I showed you before, I from X, or for example, like I showed you with O, 1 from 5 is 4, but 1 from 10 is, of course, 9. So then that's how they get 59, of course. But now this is a completely unique year. This gives me actually the chills right now, the goosebumps, because when I realized this is the first time ever in 59 Super Bowls that these letters equal the exact date is phenomenal. So watch this. So this is why it's hidden so well, because you have Roman numerals, but what do these actually equal in English? Now watch. L is 12, and I'm color coding it this way for a reason. Then I, instead of being 1, for example, in Roman numerals, is 9. This is I instead of being 1. I. And then X, instead of being 10 in Roman numerals, it is X as in, English language, 24, the 24th letter. So what does this become? We're bringing the 2 down, we're bringing the 9 down, and then 24 plus 1 is 25. The pre-day, that's the exact day of this Super Bowl. 2-9, exactly in the numbers right there, the letters that are shown right there. And people had no idea. No idea, no clue. And while I'm going to show you this reoccurring 2-9 and 2-10, the pre-day and the first day, 2-9 and 2-10, and 2-13 and 2-14, the first attack day, and 2-16, 2-17, the death of Stinky B.O. and Trumple, and all this. And it's going to keep repeating in all this stuff. And then you see in here is little pieces of the fleur-de-lis, the symbol for the New Orleans Saints. Well, that it's quite demonic in many ways, and people don't have any idea for the most part. Even people who know truth stuff and things on YouTube and all that stuff and all over. The fleur-de-lis, and I'm going to teach you how this works because the Lord's taught me. Okay, the fleur-de-lis is a stylized lily flower that has been used as a symbol for centuries. The name comes from the French words meaning flower, and which is fleur, and lis, which is lily. And what this should say is the flowering of the lily. The flowering of the lily is the birth of the Antichrist. Just like an iPad Go, that thing flowers from nothing. Flowers, the flowering of the lily. This is actually, the secondary meaning is a lotus, but the primary meaning is a water lily. As you see, when the Antichrist and iPad Go comes out of the cave and he's on the boat of Anubis, then you see the lilies on the top of the water blooming. Okay, or flowering. Flowering of the lily is what that fleur-de-lis actually means. The better translation of French, the flowering of the lily, that's the birth of the Antichrist. And when I realized this, I was like, whoa, that is crazy. And that's why they have it in New Orleans with that fleur-de-lis. And even more than that. And then fleur-de-lis, again, fleur-de-lis, how is it spelled? FDL is what? F is 6, D is 4, L is 12. Bring that down. 6 plus 4 is 10, 1 and 2. And backwards, it's 2. Again, they do things backwards, upside down, and backwards, opposites. 2, 1 from 10 is 9. Or 2, really call out, take the 1 away, and you have 210. See how this could be 2, 9, and 210? It's 2, 1 from 10, because we're going backwards. 2, 1 from 10, just like right here. I changed this back to 1 from 10. See how this is 1 from 10, and fleur-de-lis just happens to be 2, 1 from 10 is 9. Or 2, remove the 1, or the 1 can become a slash, 2/10. Get it? 2, 9, and 210. It's just what it is. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Now watch this. Also, not only is it 2, 9, and 210, and I'm going to show you this many times, 2, 9, and 210, and 213 and 214. Valentine's Day and the day before Valentine's Day, which is the first attack day. So L, this is L from this direction. It's a weird L because it's really a 7 upside down and backwards, but I'm going to show you this L right here is, of course, L is 12, and this is a C, which is 3. But I'm color coordinating this, so it also means 2, and then 1 and 3. 213, the pre-day to the first attack day, or the first day of the first attack day. Each event is 2 days. 2-9, 2-10 is 2 days. 213, 214, the first attack day is 2 days. The death of Trump and Obama and even the Pope is 216, 217, 2 days. an event day and a reporting day, and I've said this so many times in so many videos. Anyway, and then right here, what's this? This is the lily with 25 petals. I've counted every one of them for several times. 25 petals, okay? And what's 25? 25 is 2, and then 5 is 1 plus 4. So we have, what do we have? We have 214 and 213. 213 for 214. Again, iPad Goat 2 is multi-layered. So there's many things going on in one scene. And there's another thing going on. You also have 2 halves of the apple. How is a half shaped? Like an O. 2 halves, or 20, 25. So you have this date and that date. Let's go backwards. Well, let me go backwards. That date, and then we also have 2025. Okay, it's crazy. There's so much stuff going on in here, and I'm gonna get all. And then ultimately, he blooms on the day after the timeline, which is 1225. It's in my timeline. So the timeline goes from 2/9 to 2/24, 23 and 20. 2/9 and 2/10 is the first day. Last day is 2/23 and 2/24, and I'm gonna show you that in a second. But then the day right after that is when he blooms on 12. So there's 12 things of this pistil right in the middle. 12, which is really it's February is the 12th month in the Roman calendar, and then 25, or the hidden Christmas. 1225 is February the 12th month in the Roman calendar, and then the 25th day, the hidden 1225, the birth of the false Christ. Okay, that's what this really is. Okay, and so like I said, this is the pre, and these two here, and this is just halfway through. I'm mainly going to focus on this half, and I'm going to show you here in a second the other half. Okay, but see this, we got the pre-day and the first day. Okay, and this is a birth. These 2 days are symbolized as a birth, being the first days. And then, like, for example, supporting that, 5 years ago, the Lord told me in a dream, I woke up and I was sitting up on my bed, and the Lord was sitting a little away from my bed in a chair, and then he said, look at that. And then there was like a 219, big and in the air in between us, but it's like floating in the air. And then he stands up, and then he takes the 9 and flips it to a 6. Or takes the 6, it's 216. And then he takes a 6 and flips it to a 9. And he says 216 is 219. And I've speculated about what that is, and I've been right, but I haven't been right about the year. But so 216 is 219. So 219 is 2. 1 plus 9 is 10. Or 1 can also be a slash, which is 2/9. So it's both, I believe. It's 210 and 2/9. Okay, also that was about 5+ years ago. And then about 3 years ago, in February, he said to me, Isis, in another dream, he just basically appeared next to me, and I was doing something, and he goes, Isis is born on 210. Isis is born on 210. And so, and I'm not super familiar with Isis at the time. I mean, I knew it was a god, an Egyptian god, goddess, and all that. So I looked into it even more, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I realized, I understand that Sticky B.O. he's both male and female clone. He's a male and female clone. And so he's the Baphomet that's both male and female. If you look at a Baphomet, it's got breasts, and it's male and female, and it's a goat's head, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's a beast. Okay, it's a beast. And a clone is a beast. A clone of a person is a beast, and then it looks like a man. But really, secretly, he's a hermaphrodite. He's both male and female. Okay, so that's what it really is. But he's a clone. Okay, this is the truth. I mean, if you don't like it, don't believe it, whatever. It's on you, but it's true. I've proven it in many videos, shown it in so many ways, numerically, symbolically, physically. I mean, shown in so many ways. It's off the charts. Okay, okay, so then that's 210. Okay, and then when you plug this in gematria, it just happens to be, again, this is from the Lord telling me this in a dream. So this is completely super rare that, like English Sumerian, which is 6 times normal English, and same thing with normal English, they're both exactly the same. The forward is the same as reverse. But I'm just using this example. By the way, every time I do gematria on this, and there's even the subject, there's just hundreds of more things I could show. But I'm just showing certain things, and there's many more examples of the same thing in so many different ways. And I don't want to bore you with all the different things, all the different ways, but so this is just some of it. Because when I do things, I do them in the hundreds, and even over the years, even years, thousands. I have right now I have over 100,000 pieces of data in symbols and gematria and all kinds of stuff that I have stored in my device and everything. That I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and I know how this stuff's come together. And for example, like I have right now over 1,000 solid evidences that Obama's the Antichrist. Nobody comes close. Nobody. Not Trump, not Macron, all the weird people out there. Not King Charles. I mean any of that stuff. No, nobody. They're all, if they even come similar, or have some similar things, or have some 666s here and there, they're because they're wannabes, because they're followers of him. But Stinky BO is the king of the 666. I'm going to show you this. I've shown this in all my videos for so long, and I'm going to show you a few more in this one. Okay, so right here, look, we have 9, and you have 7 plus 5 is 12. See, 2/9 or 2, 1 plus 9 is 10. See, both. To confirm, whenever Jesus sent out 2, it was to establish the truth. He didn't just send out people at ones like, oh, that's just some lunatic, but he sent them out in 2s because they establish each other and they look like, and that's why people these days send people out in 2s, because it looks more established. It establishes the truth. So that's 2 ways that it's the truth, forward and reverse. 2/9 or 2, take away the 1 with rule of Kalel, 2, 9, or 2, 1 plus 9 is 10. Okay, boom. Okay, and then right here, also you have also as well first letter code SB, which I'm the only one that I know does first letter code, and it's massive, it's huge. I know I've never seen anybody do first letter code. Okay, B is 2, and then look, S is 19 again, 2, 9, 2, 9, and 2, 10 right here. And okay, 2, 1 plus 9, and 2/9. See, it's 9 and 10. And then what's last letter code? R and L. 2, 1 plus 18 is 19. 219, or 2/9 and 210. Again, 2, 9, 210 and 2/9, right in this last letter code. So confirm that even more. And then Super Bowl, you break up the two words, super and bowl, 79 and 52. Well, what's super? Super just happens to equal Obama's name in Hebrew, which is Jesus said in Luke 10:18, which was my number one evidence out of over 1,000. My first evidence, the Stinky BO, the 44th Prez, is the Antichrist. And Jesus in Luke 10 verse 18 said, I see Satan as Barack Obama. That's the original Aramaic Hebrew, Barack Obama, which is lightning falling from heaven, or lightning from heaven, or lightning from the heights. So Barack Obama, it just happens to exactly equal super. And then bowl just happens to exactly equal ISIS. Barack Obama is ISIS. And that just, okay, and I'm going to show you something else. Watch this. Oh, I'll show you in just a second. So they do upside down and backwards. So 7 is upside down and backwards. L, like I showed you earlier with the L on the floor of iPad Go. Okay, and L is what? L is 12. Well, hold on. Let me do this first. We got 25 backwards, or 2, 5. See, 5, 2, or 2, 5. But again, backwards, upside down and backwards on this one. And then L is 12. But just switch the 2 and the 1, and we have, 219, or 2/9, 25 in Stupid Bowl. Again, that's another off the charts coincidence, exactly by the exact numbers, not off at all. No. And that's what this is too. That's the same thing. So Barack Obama as ISIS is 21925 as well. Okay, that's another coincidence, and somehow that just happens to be. Nope. And then like Super Bowl 50, what was it? 57, I believe, was Rihanna saying, and then she was in GQ, which is 7/7, which is, I'm not getting into all that right now. Anyway, and then she has ISIS under her as her cleavage, or under her bosoms, whatever, right there, ISIS. Okay, and she is again black and female, and that's hiding what Stinky BO really is. He's actually male and female, but he's hiding that he's the female energy opposite of God. And what is that? Goddess Isis is 2/9, or get rid of the 1. We'll look out 2, 9, or 2, 1 plus 9 is 10. Hello, McFly. If you don't understand this, you need to open up your understanding, please. For the love of God, for your own family, for your life, for your friends and family. Wake up so you see what's going on, so you know what's happening, what's coming on you, upon you, that's almost here. I'm telling you, this is almost here. And it seemed like it was for years, but it is almost here. Wow. Anyway, okay, so yeah, so again, this is 219, right? But then it's also, you take this 9 right here and you flip it again upside down and backwards. You flip that to a 6 and you have the day Stinky BO dies, and the Trumple and the poem, I'm saying, okay, which is in my timeline pinned to the top of comments. Look at all that stuff. Okay, again, 216. So these things are multiple things, okay? Okay, so we have birth, like I just said, birth these first 2 days, and then death here being this 216. And it's not, again, opposites apply here as well, because Stinky BO, the 44th Prez, was born on August 4th, the 216th day of the year. So that represents his birth. And by the way, 216, if you didn't know, is 6 times 6 times 6. Hello! Okay, and then opposite of that, of his birth, would be his death on the same numerology, 216. Born on the 216th day of the year, August 4th, dies on 216, February 16th. Death. Do you see how that is? How that makes sense? Crazy. Okay, and then also it's, okay, there's so much here. And then the other day, well, let's just do this next. We have fleur-de-lis, like I shared with you before, because we're talking about 216. And then fleur-de-lis is also, I showed you how fleur-de-lis is 2925 in FDL and things like that. It's also 666. And what's 666 hiding? Remember, 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Or, well, look at this. This is in reverse English. Now watch. We have 6, and then 6 plus 6 is 12. See, 216 backwards also. 6, and then 6 plus 6 is 12. 216 backwards, and then we can get, see how this this is what it reduces down to. So 9 plus 5 plus 4 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. That's what it reduces down to. So anything you add 9 to stays the same. So if you add 9 to 5 and 4, it just stays the same as 9, because 5 plus 4 is 9. Or you have a 9 here, add 5 plus 4, which is 9 to 9, and then that's 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So that's the rule. I didn't show that in the beginning, but I showed that in many of my videos. The rule of 9s. Anything you add 9 to stays the same. So you can remove any, if they don't apply, remove any 9s to get to the truth. So, for example, let's remove this 9, and we have 5 and 4, or 5 and 2 plus 2. Okay? Or, let's look at this again. We have backwards 216, 2025, the fleur-de-lis. The blooming, and again, this is opposite too, because the flower blooming would be his life, but this is his death. Again, opposites. They love opposites, because death is birth, death, and rebirth. So what we're talking about. Okay, we're talking about birth, death, and rebirth. And that's what this is. Birth, and these are two, are birth and birth. So it's established birth and birth, death, and then we have, and then by the way, this is the, so this is the first day, this is the 4th and 5th day. The 213 and 214, this is Valentine's Day, right? Or VD, Valentine's Day, or 44. V is 22, D is 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, 44. Get it? The 44th Prez on the 44th day. And this is also Valentine's Day, which is VD, which is 44, and that's 40. Oh, it's so crazy. Okay, so we have birth, death, and then we have over here, rebirth. Birth, death, these 2 days, 16th and 17th. Death and reported death day, and then this is rebirth. I should have put R maybe. Rebirth and rebirth here. Rebirth, actually, lightning falling from heaven and tsunamis right here. So let me say this again. The first day is going to be in my timeline, a few events. Trump's going to have a big announcement. Okay, likely possibly broken a peace deal between Russia and Russia, or Putin and Zelensky, Russia and Ukraine, and it's going to backfire. No, anyway, and then there's got to be some reason to blame the Christians who supported Trump, to have eventually Christians being hunted by the Antichrist and everything, because they caused World War III. And Trump is going to be part of that, I believe. Okay, I mean, that's the best I could surmise at this point from all I know. And then this is the first attack day. Okay, and this is when zombies happen. They flick the switch. People that got the hokey pokey turn into zombies. 3 different kinds of zombies based on 3 different types of hokey pokeys out there.
and false alien invasion of these creatures that come out of water from Gulf of Mexico off of close to Florida, and even New York, and even Los Angeles, probably three different places. And also the innocent children right before that happens are taken. Look at my timeline of events, and then the death of Stinky Bo, Trumple, and the Pope on a rope. These right here, and then we have the tsunami days right here. This is also right here the attack on the Nuxels goes off in Manhattans, and then right here tsunami day hit mega tsunamis hit both coasts, and that's when lightning falls from heaven. Satan gets kicked out of heaven and strikes Stinky Bo's dead body because he dies here, and then he comes back to life technically here, but then right on the 25th, right after this, he's introduced to the world. But this is when Nuxels go off in 23 cities in the United States, completely destroying the United States after tsunami. Tsunami is here. Um, Earthquake of 12 magnitude 12 plus hits basically the whole North America. Because of both tsunamis hitting both coasts at the same time, mega tsunamis that are around 300 plus feet high, based on all kinds of estimates, based on all kinds of data I've gotten from uh, the government and all that kind of stuff, everything, and all their predictive programming and everything too. Basically, okay, here we go, and then that's the last day, and then the 25th. So, but in this video, I'm going to focus more on 2.9 and 2.10, 2.13, 2.14, and 2.16 mainly. Okay, and then I'll focus on some other things. But look at 2.14, the first attack day, which is 2.13 and 2.14, and then the first CKBO and Trump being killed on the 47th day going into the 48th day. But look at 45 and 47. What's that? See the 45th day of the year, 47th day of the year? That's right in your face, and you don't even know it for most people if you've been following the whole campaign of Trump right there. 45th day, 47th day. It's right in here. That's why he's both presidents, because it's about the 45th day and 47th day. You just watch. 45th is February 14th, 45th day of the year. And 47th day of the year is 2/16. Again, birth and death. That is technically a birthday, and for a number of reasons, and I'm going to share a little bit of that. And then death day, and because he is one of his minions, he's one of his generals, really. He's kind of his bad cop to Obama's good cop, or he's his good cop to Obama's bad cop, depending on what side you're on, the political spectrum or whatever. Okay, that's how this works. And then, of course, both events are going to be at 9. 4 plus 5 is 9, and then 4 plus 7 is 1, 1. Some people have figured this out, but you don't know what this is. Basically, this is the first day, the first attack day, and then the Nuxels going off in Manhattans, and the death of this nugget right here, and the other Obama nugget. Okay, so there we go. And then Make America Great Again just happens to be able to reinforce my point, who he's really working for. Make America Great Again exactly equals this guy. I mean, I have thousands of these, really. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, here they are just not that long ago at Carter's funeral, laughing it up, booping it up, shoulder to shoulder right there, making each other smile. Okay, but what they're showing, not only they're showing that they're really good buds, but what's clear to me from their body language is he's the guy, and he's like, sucking up to him and whatever and all that. And then like he's like, and then he's smiling and laughing, and that's because he's 44 and 45. And then there's just showing right in front of your face. There's 44 and there's 45. 2/13, the 44th day of the year, and 2/14, the 45th day of the year. Valentine's Day, the day before Valentine's Day, and down Valentine's Day, the attack that's going to happen in multiple ways. There's so many things I could do to analyze even this, but that's enough for now. And a lot of things. And then Make America Great Again is also 4/4. Again, look, 4/4. See? 4/4, and then 24 plus 24. This is the reverse, and this is 6 times reverse, which is English Sumerian. 24 plus 24. So we got 44. 24 plus 24 is 48. What's that? We know who 44 is. So Obama, 44th pres, born on 4th of August. 44th pres, born on 4th of August. Make America, again, reinforcing that this is the guy, okay, that he's working for. And I have many things I've shared over the years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things proving it, basically. Proving it, utterly proving it. Okay, and then here we go. That was 44 and 48 on his. He is the 45th and the 47th president. That was on his hat. 45th and 47th president. 44, and 48. So we literally have doubling down on 213, the 44th day of the year, 214, the 45th day of the year. That's Trumple, and that's 45, and that's 44, Sticky BO. And then we have 47 on his hat, and he's also 47 president. And then we have 48, 4th of August, he was born. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Okay, and again, if you look at this flower, okay, now watch. Now, what I showed you was 213 and 214. It's also, see this? It's upside, so it's L this way, but Obama's facing this way, going this way, okay? And then that is a 7. To prove that, I highlighted this because when you do an L, you go like that, and then you go like that. You do an L, you go like that, and then like that. So this should be on top of, this is a paint stroke. This paint should be on top, this bottom paint should be on top. But no, this is showing, proving not only is it slanted like a 7 upside down, it's also proving if you would do a 7, you go like the top of it. Now imagine we're looking from over here and we're looking this way. You go from the top and swipe this paint across, and then you go like that, and then that's a 7, proving not only the angle of a 7, this angle is not the normal angle of a 12, I mean a L, but yeah. And then so that is a 7. And then this is a C, but then from that angle, it's an upside down, or it's a backward C, but still C. So we have C7, which is also a move in, it's also a move in chess, and this is a chessboard. And I'm not getting into all that right now. People have done stuff on that, and I just haven't needed to. So I just left it. Plus, I have bigger fish to fry. So, and then C is 2 plus 1, and then 7 is 7, and so that is 217. Remember? 216, 2025, 217. Again, it's about his birth, but that's, again, they love opposites, his death. 217. And then it was also about birth because L was, 12 and 3, which is 213 and 214, birth and death. So many things, multifaceted, multi-layered. Okay. And then, like I shared in the previous video, we're looking at December. I've always known that February is the 12th month. And so that's could be a symbolic December. And now I'm absolutely convinced that after the very last day after the timeline, the 25th, 12/25, February the 12th month, 25 is the actual birth of the false Christ to the world after the United States is fully destroyed on the 23rd and 24th. Man, I'm so convinced of this. Everything lines up like never before. Never before. Never. I know it. Man, you've got to share this with people. I mean, I'm telling you, if you ever believed in what I do, or you just brand new or whatever, you've got to share this with people. This is so solid. And when this starts happening, now on the 9th and 10th, I expect something to happen by the 10th. There could be something at the Super Bowl, but I don't think it's as likely as definitely the 10th, and then definitely by the 13th and 14th that we're going to see some massive stuff. And by the really by the third day too. I mean, the third day is huge for the things. Anyway, look at the events pinned to the top of comments, and you'll see what I mean. So sometime in there will be things that kick off. I that's my best guess at this point. I'm not saying I know for 100% sure, but I am like so close to that. This is just, and I'm showing it to you right here, but we'll see what happens here. Now watch. And then, so have you ever thought, if you watch iPad Goat and you know anything about this at all, why a goat? Not only, okay, it's a beast, and then right here it says 666 right there, things like that, and then again, that's 216 right here hiding, and that's also a number of things. Why a goat? Okay, not only is it symbolic beast and all that stuff, because it's numerically this as well. And then also Rihanna, who's the singer that won the Super Bowls, and she's Isis, like she had the tattoo of Isis. She's also, see the goat? See Lady Goat? The clothing here, Lady Goat. There's Rihanna, the Lady Goat. And then here's the goat. The people call him the greatest of all time. President, some people think the mic drop. Yeah, peace out. Okay, anyway, and then, or the God, he's really the God of all things. Newsweek said. I mean, seriously, GOAT, GOAT, God of all things, greatest of all time. Well, what does it really mean? Well, right here, he's Shiva. Okay, that they're depicting him as Shiva. And a lot of people don't know, or some people watch my videos know, that he's Apollyon. He's the destroyer. And Shiva is the destroyer. Shiva is the god, and the Hindu god that is a destroyer. And Apollyon, who he is, the angel of the bottomless pit, which depicts him as Osama bin Laden with black wings, the angel of the bottomless pit, and it's about to open when he puts his arms up in iPad Goat. That is Apollyon, okay, the angel of the bottomless pit, and that's who he is. The Satan, basically, in a sense, too, another names. And so he's the god of destruction. The same statue that's in front of CERN is Shiva, destruction, because they're, and then that's, what is destruction? Obama. I'm telling you, it's this, all this stuff is subtle. It's in your face and you don't even know it. Most people don't have any clue. Obama. Okay, and then let's look at goat. Numerically, what is it? It is 2. Could get rid of the O again, or the 0. It's really a 0. It's a 0. I'm used to saying O because of all the, usually a lot of these times it is an O, but get rid of the 0 here. And then we have, again, we're going backwards, so it's 1 from 15 is 14. Again, 1 from 7. I told you I'd show examples of this. And then we have 7, and 7 is hiding 2 plus 5. Oh, what a shock. February 14th, 25 in goat. And then have you ever asked, why is it pet goat? Okay, so iPad Go 2 is there's no 1 or 3 or iPad Go 4, anything like that. iPad Go 2 is because there was a situation when George Bush was in the classroom during 9/1 and then 1, and the children read out of the book The Pet Goat. And so the sequel to that is iPad Goat 2. But it doesn't make sense. I, comma, Pet Goat 2. I the pet goat. So it's really talking, it's Obama speaking. He's saying, I am the pet goat also, or 2, the second version, or whatever. It's a number of things. It's multifaceted, multi-layered, it's crazy. But why pet? Why pet? Okay, because it got the same numerology. Watch. 2, 15 is 1 plus 4, and then 1 plus 6 is 7, and then 7 is 2 plus 5. Again, 2, 14, 25, 2, 14, 25. And I keep showing this, and it just keeps repeating all over the place. Once I understand what this is, it's completely 100%. It's like, wow, 214, 214, 214. His birth, the first attack, Obama. I mean, it's going to explode. This is the first day it's really going to, 13 and 14 technically, but here you see that 214. It is crazy, okay? Again, this symbolic and it's numeric in so many ways. And even the is that, because the, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to pass on that right now. The is even, okay, I'm going to get it. Okay, but here's another thing. Okay, so you see the logo of the name here, I, comma, pet goat 2. So let's just say it like we see it. I, comma, pet goat 2. Okay, then there's the comma right there. That's a comma. I, comma, pet goat 2. I, comma, pet goat 2. Just spell it all out. And what do we have here? We have 19 plus 6 is 25. And then we have 2, and 3 plus 6 is 9. 2, 9. There's the first day. Oh, that's a massive coincidence. Again and again and again and again. No, it's not. And then what's 236? It's hiding right here. What's this? Oh, that's the explosion. That's when this starts. And by the way, when are fireworks happen? When in the United States do fireworks typically happen? New Year's, 4th of July, and at the Stupid Bowl. Stupid Bowl is on 2, 3 plus 6. See, this is up. This right here is upside down and backwards in here. I found this years ago. 2, 3, 6. It's 2, 3, 6 upside down and backwards. Right there. 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. It's really clear to me. It's right here. 2, 3, 6. Okay, it's right there. And that is 2, right here. 2, 3, 6. 2, 9. 25. Okay, also, let's keep going here. Sorry. Also, in the eye and in both eyes, but I'm going to show you this eye first, and then I'll show you both eyes. It is so crazy. Both eyes and nose, but this first eye, because they do this thing in multiple ways to show multiple things. So again, remember this is 2, 9. This is reinforced in this big eye, the main eye that's closest, faces you more. Okay. That is this right here. Now we take it upside down and backwards, and it is I-I-Y. What's I-I-Y? I-I-Y is 9, 9, 25. And what's 9, 9, 25 hiding? 2 9s, 25. 2 9s, 25, or 2, 9, 25. Remember? 236 or 29. And this is in a Super Bowl, has fireworks. And there's even reason for the colors. And he's standing in the belly of the beast because it's got big ribs here and all kinds of stuff. The beast is United States. And a long story with all this, he's in the belly of the beast. Have you ever watched a show called a documentary called The Belly of the Beast? Is these two brothers, and they show how the inaugurations of presidents are all about the ritual called the raising of Osiris, and Osiris is the Antichrist, is a form of the Antichrist, and they all do a ritual every. They just did it with Trump when he was just last inaugurated at the Washington Monument, which is a phallic symbol, and they do it right in the base of that, and they curse the Bible. And they do all kinds of stuff, and ultimately one of the presidents will be, and that's why will be the Antichrist, and that's Stinky BO. Okay, anyway, there's so much more in this. Anyway, so and then he is Baron Samedi. This character is Baron Samedi, which is BS, like Barry Satoru, because this is the death of Stinky BO. This represents the first day, which is his birth, but it's also in contrast his death. This also represents 216, but it represents the first day being a birth because BS is B is 2, and then 19, 2/9 or 210. Again and again and again. Barry Satoru, Barbara Streisand, Bruce Springsteen, all bunch of BS, all those are BS. Barry Satoru, Baron Samedi. Okay, anyway, 219. And look, fireworks is 124 and 119. And then fireworks, you have fireworks, and then we have a party. He's blowing a party favor. Oh, look at this. 1 plus 24 is 25. And then 24 plus 1 backwards is 25. And there's 25. Okay, they're both. And then look, we have 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 9. And then 2 is in the middle of 1 plus 8 is 9. 2 9 2 9. Oh, we have 2 9. So both of these are 2 9 25. Oh, what a shock! This is not representing the first day and the Super Bowl and all that kind of stuff. First day of the timeline of the birth of the Antichrist. Oh, not at all. Nothing like that. And then Baron Samedi, like I showed you here. Oh, look. And then look at this. That's a skeleton, and it's also Baron Samedi. Oh, look. 19 plus 6 is 25. 1 plus 1 is 2, 5, 25, 25, and 25. We have 25. And then what's 606? Not only is O 6, because remember 0 is O, and O is 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, so that's 666, 666. But it's also 6 plus 6 is 12. And then O, like I showed you, not only is it 15, O, which is what 0 is hiding, O, 15 is not only 1 plus 5 is 6, 1 is 1 from 5, which is 4. So O is hiding 4. And what do we have backwards? 2, 1, 4, 2, 14, 25. 2, 9, 25, and 2, 14, 25. In both of these and both of these. Bam. And then I highlighted this a little bit here to show you that it's white and black. Well, it's black is just the striping or the segmenting between, but it's white and red. Now I've shown how white and red being sacrifice because it's a white or a purified altar with blood spilling on it. White and red is sacrifice, and then white and red or white red because I just put an ampersand because it's not AND, but just white red is 9-2, and then what's that? Oh, look, and then let me show you this first. 9-2 is 9th of February. 1 plus 24 is 25. I'm not going to show it up here. Just 9th of February. 1 plus 24 is 25. 9th of February, 25. And then we have right here, we have a yellow and white daisy. There's other daisies that are other colors and all that. And this is also a daisy missing petals is also 2/9/25. All kinds of different all kinds of things you can think of what these things might be. They're all equal these things. It's crazy. But look, if I just look at yellow and white daisy, look, 2/9, February 9th, and then 23 plus 1 plus 1 is 25. 2/9, 23 plus 1 plus 1 is 25. 2/9/25. Hope you follow that. And then daisy in top hat, because that daisy is in the top hat, hanging out of the top hat. Daisy in top hat is, look, again, 1 and 1 is 2, 9. 1 and 1, 2, 9. And then 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is also 2 plus 5, 25. 2/9/25. Bam. And then this is crazy. Now this is the whole eyes and nose, and this is the crazy message. Upside down for normally like this, and upside down and backwards. We're going to start with upside down and backwards. And these complement each other. This is so crazy. Proving this as well. Now, listen, you could think, oh, that's not really a Y. And that's not really. Then you don't get how this works. You don't get how these symbols, you don't get how this kind of a puzzle works. Okay, that's fine. And if you don't believe it, that's, just go, okay, go ahead and go somewhere else and watch something else. That's fine. Go do that. But if you realize that iPad Go 2, something's going on there, and you see how there's messaging hidden in things, and you see how things can represent other things, symbolically, and how things in artwork can represent other things, and how the enemy can work in that to program people and all that, and you get the basic concepts, then you can understand how this can be, and how there's no way that I could keep showing you these things and they all equal the same thing. I mean, not even really off by a digit, or maybe one digit, because that's, move the one around, but that's it. Most of them are right on the money. So, what things I'm saying. So, how would that be? And so then you go, oh, just still coincidence and all that. Believe in all that. Only people who watch movies and read books and fiction, watch fiction basically, and read fiction, believe in coincidence. Because the only really way you can have a real story in fiction, and then you could try to soup it up in nonfiction and everything, but most fiction that's popular has so many coincidences, especially in a movie, that it's unreal. And people are so used to coincidence, and it's just not the case. Everything that seems to be a coincidence, there's something behind it that makes it coincide with something else. There's a intelligence behind it, either good or bad. And if you don't understand that about life, well, you're missing a big part of life. So coincidence, there's no such thing as real coincidence. It's just random, it's just chance. There's some kind of thing behind it, some kind of real mind behind it of some kind, or some kind of consequence behind it, or something that came from something that happened. There's a cause and effect. Okay, anyway, it's just the effect of another cause is what people think a coincidence is. It's not random chance. That it does. It's not how life works. And people that believe that, you just don't get it. Okay, so and I'm proving it every one of my videos. Now watch, we have right here, we have a Y. This is a Y, okay, whether you believe it or not. And this is a Y as well. That's a Y. So Y is 25th letter of the alphabet, Y 25, 25. And this is a C. And C, I'm going to break up into 1 plus 2. Okay, now watch. Bring these down. 25 comes down, and then when you say 25, you say 20 and 5. Now, but the 5 we're going to break up into 1 plus 4, because this is how they work. They compress and decompress numbers to hide things. They bring them upside down and backwards, opposites, all kinds of stuff. So, but in this case, we're compressing and decompressing numbers. So 25, 20, and 5, 25. Bring down the 1 and the 2. Now let's keep going down. And then we have, so that's 14, 1, and 2. So backwards we have 2, 1 from 14, and 20, 25. And that is in there by random chance? I don't think so. So with rule of cloud, we can get rid of this 1, and it's 2, 14, 20, 25, almost exactly backwards. But the numbers are whole here. They're not like 1, 4, and then 0, 2, and then 2, 5. But they're whole numbers, but they're in backwards order. You see how that works? It's so crazy. And then, 1 from 14 is 13. So we have both. We have either rule of Kalel, take that away, or it's a slash, 2 slash, or we'll just take it away. 1 with rule of Kalel, 2, 14, 20, 25, or 2, 1 from 14, 25 is 2, 13. This is what they keep doing. They show both days all over the place and everything. Okay, and to confirm this in another way is right side up. What do we see? Again, that's a C, but it's upside, it's kind of off a little bit, but that's still a C. Okay, believe it or not, it is. And then a Y upside down without that little space on purpose is an A. That's an A, which is 1. And then this is another Y, but it's upside down, and that is a backwards H. Backwards H. See? You got to see it. You got to see it for what it is. It's a backwards, backwards H. So that's 8. And then we have 1. Earlier I said it was I because it could be either one. That's a benefit of hiding things. Things mean multiple things. So like a small L looks like an I, looks like a 1, depending on the font and all that kind of stuff. But generally, if you just someone could just write a vertical line, okay, vertical line, and it's 1 or it's L or it is I, capital I, whatever. So see what I mean? So it's all based, and that's all on purpose for English to be deceptive and everything. Because, for example, Hebrew, God's language, goes right to left. And then the backwards language, which is evil, opposite of God, goes left to right. Hello? Do you hear what I'm saying? Hello, McFly! Okay, anyway, so that's 1 and 1, which is that. What do we have here? We have 318 plus 1 and 1 is 320. Okay, before I do something, I point to this. What is this? That is the day with 320 days left over, which is 2/14/2025, or just 2/14 in general. But to make that point even more, I'm going to take 25 and 20 and put them together, and that's 45. So what we have here, just as you see right here, we have 2, 1 from 14 is 13, 213, and we have the 45th day of the year, which is 2/14, with 320 days left over is 2/14. So we have 1 from 14 is 2/13. So this is 2/13 as we see it. 1 from 14 is 2/13. And then we have 2/14 being the 45th day of the year with 320 days left over. Because when you put these two together, 320 plus 45 is 365 days in a year. So we have both days. We have 1 from 14 is 2/13, and we have the 45th day of the year with 320 days left over, 2/14. Or let's take this 1 and take it away and then put it over here. Okay, now we have 2/14. Okay, forget it. Let's just put this back to 2025. 2/14/2025. And then we have, what's the day with 321 days left over? 2/13. So we're showing both days in different ways. You just move the 1 and you make this one day, and then you move the 1 over and you make that the other day. So either way, it's one of the days and the other day. Hopefully that makes sense. There's no way this could work out. Hopefully you understand this. There's no way this could work out. And then how did I find this? The Lord showed this to me and said, look at this. And then I know how this stuff works. I mean, it just keeps happening. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. And then we have the birth of the Antichrist in chromosomes. Okay, chromosomes. XY chromosome is what? Female. YY chromosomes is male. And XY is, X is 24th letter of the alphabet, Y is 25th. And so we have 2, 4, 25, or 2, ready? 4 is 1 plus 3 is 13 and 25. So the birth of the male, this is the female. And then, by the way, 2/13/25 is the 44th day of the year. Okay, and then what's this? YY, the male. This is the female, and this is the male. We have YY, or 25, which is 2, 1 plus 4, and 25. So this is also representing of these 2 days being a birth. That's why they're also a birthday, because it's XY, which ultimately is 2/13/25, and YY, which is male, female, male, 2/14/25. Okay, so both of those together, because these are both the same day in a sense of both the same event, 2 days of the same event, or multiple events, but I call it the first attack day, 2 days. The first day, and also it's this day in basically the Pacific time zone, and that the Mountain time zone, and forward to the Eastern, it basically is this day when these events first happen. There's literally a dividing line, and that's an iPad Goat. Literally, there's a clock tower, and it's sitting in a mountain, which is mountain time, and then it's right there. Anyway, and there's all kinds of evidence of this happening at midnight between the 2 days in many movies and such. But anyway, here we go. Boom. And then this is the symbol for both male and female, hermaphroditus, the god Hermaphroditus, which is both male and female, which Stinky BO is, and he just happens to be the devil. He happens to be a female female energy with horns. And that's hermaphroditus, which, by the way, and again, that's male and female. This is a symbol for hermaphroditus. A hermaphrodite is someone who's male and female parts, And then this just happens to be the same symbol for Mercury. Exactly the same symbol. And he is the messenger when the aliens show up, the benevolent aliens, the fake aliens that have demons inside them, and it's all a big production and it's all false. After the true real believers leave, then these false aliens that come in are somehow benefactors that basically seeded this planet of it. He's going to be the messenger or the Mercury between the gods and man. Jesus, the real Christ, he's the mediator between God and man. Stinky BO, the hermaphrodite clone, male and female, is going to be the messenger or the Mercury between the gods, Jupiter and, in a sense, Mars, and man and women and women. Okay, it's crazy. That's, believe it or not, and he's 44. And then Y is 2525, which is 50. And then I realized, oh my gosh, that's why the $50 bill is hiding in it. If you fold it this way, is hiding the breaking of the Hoover Dam, because that's the 4th and 5th day, because Hoover Dam is right next to Las Vegas. Okay, and then let me show you here. So that's 50 is hiding 21425 or 2525 21425. But it literally happens on the 13th, and the reporting day is the 14th, because it's in the Pacific time zone. So that's Hoover Dam, and that's shown here. Hoover Dam destroyed is in its name. All these different events that happen in these different places and things, their name is encoded these days. It's just the way it is. And so it programs you to these destruction events. That's the way it is. Sorry, that's the way it is. That's why these sick demons and people who follow these demons are, most not knowing exactly what they're doing. Some knowing more, and then as you get up in secret societies, people knowing more and more and more. But most have no complete idea what the demons are actually doing, and they know. And I'm decoding their bullcrap. Anyway, so this is right here, again, backwards. 24 plus 1 is 25. And then we have 1 plus 1 is 2. And then what's this? That is, remember, that's 4. O can be 15, or it's 1 from 5 is 4, and then 4 is broken up into 1 and 3. So that's 213.25. So we have 213.25. Hoover Dam is destroyed because basically a meteor is going to, and I've been saying this for years because it's been in predictive programming for years and years. A meteor is going to hit Las Vegas. And it's going to, I have a friend of mine who had a dream that she was at the airport in Las Vegas, I think she said that, and there was a meteor that hit near the airport. So, but whatever, wherever it's going to hit, but I think she's right. And she's kind of a prophetess person, and she's awesome. I'm just going to leave it at that. And she even had another dream that, and I'm not going to say it correctly, but she knew calamity was happening, and she saw on her clock it said 214. And there you go, boom. Anyway, so 213, 214, I think those were two separate dreams, if I remember right. Sorry if I got it wrong, but I think I'm pretty sure they're two separate dreams. And again, the details, I don't remember all this stuff. I don't remember I barely remember my dreams unless they were, completely amazing from God and the Lord, and then they're super sharp, and I remember that. But I can't not remember anybody else's dream once they told me for sure. And I don't remember any of my normal dreams at all. So I apologize for any kind of thing like that. So anyway, so 213, 214. Hoover Dam destroyed because it's right next there. It's going to be a massive earthquake that happens, or from the explosion or whatever, from a nuclear. It's going to be, it's a meteor / comet. I think maybe a piece of a comet. I see in predictive programming as maybe a piece of a comet or something like that they're saying, but ultimately it's a meteor, I guess. By the way, comet equals Barack Obama also. That's why there was a shootings at a bar called Comet recently. There's all these things. Earthquake equals Obama. All this stuff equals Obama. It's in all his different names. Okay, anyway, so this is Super Bowl 58 last year, and this is showing that. This is depicting, and I could not believe this when I saw the logo for the first time, because I've been saying this for years, that a meteor is going to hit Las Vegas. See this? Look, a meteor is going to hit LV, Las Vegas. And I could not believe when I saw that. And I shared this last year. because when I saw the Super Bowl logo, I'm like, oh my God, they're literally showing that it's going to hit Las Vegas. Okay, because LV is 12 and then V is 24, 22, sorry, 22, 12, 22. But I color coded it so you see 2 and then 1 and then 2 plus 2 is 4. See, 214, boom. It's 213 and 214, of course, but depending on what's going on, they show it in different ways or both. Because it's the reporting day that is 214. The actual happening day technically will be 213, but whatever. And then look over here, you have I, or it's 111 in Roman numerals, but if to us it's I, and of course it's upside down and backwards, so it's 666. Okay, and then that's Super Bowl 58. 5 plus 8 is 13. It's the 13th day that it actually happens, and then report on the 14th. And that was, what year was that? Last year, 24. What's 24 hiding? And this is the reason why I know 24 was important, and I didn't realize how it was important. That's why 24 and 25 are important, because 24, 2, 4 is 2, and then 4 is 1 plus 3. 213, the first attack date, so 24. And that's why these last two Super Bowls are Super Bowl important, super important. Okay, and then so I'm going to show you this. Also, Las Vegas Destroyed is what? 2, 5 plus 8 is 13. 2, 5 plus 8 is 13. And then what's right here? 201. Just like most people would say it. Most people don't say 201. Most people say it because they've been programmed. 201. And O is 15. And then, so again, 1 and 1 is 2, and then 25. 225. 213, 2025. And that just happens to be again. Okay, no, sorry. And then now we're going to, so this is this. Okay, this is Super Bowl 58, which is really 13, and 24, which is 213, 13, 13. And then this is Super Bowl 59. So let's go Super Bowl 59. 5 plus 9 is 14 the next day. Remember, this is 13, and that's 14. And then this is in the year 25. And what's 25? 2, and then 1 plus 4 is 14. So we had 213, and because it's 24, and we had Super Bowl 58, which is 13, 13, 13. And then we have Super Bowl 59, which is 5 plus 9 is 14, and 25, which is 2, and then 5 is 1, 4, 13 and 14, all over the place. And then the meteor is even exactly the date that it's going to hit. I mean, I didn't make this up. It's right, and it just happens to be that. So again, you get rid of any 9. So 1 plus 3 plus 5. I saw this right away. I see the date in here right away. And I have seen versions of it, but now I know what it is, I believe, 100%. But we'll see. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9. Get rid of that. And then what do we have here? We have 1 and 1 is 2. And then look, 5 and 8 is 13. And then we have 20 plus 5 is 25. The exact day that the media is going to hit Las Vegas, 2/13/25. Oh, that's another massive coinky dink. I don't think so. So what I'm going to do, I'm pretty much done right now. I'm going for this part 1. Then part 2, I'm going to take this apart and show you this. I've shown you a little bit that Super Bowl 59 is 5 plus 9 is 14th, and that's part of this. It's all in this symbolism of this woman with the burqa and the dead boy. And I'll break this down and other scenes in iPad Go, but I just wanted to leave this video not so long, and hopefully it's more shareable and all that stuff, hopefully. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, and then, but I'm going to get into other scenes and such, and then break this down even more and show you how it's 2/9, 2/10, 2/13, 2/14, 2/16, 2/17, death and birth and all that stuff. It's of CKBO and how that is. And it's all symbolized starting with the stupid bull, or the superb owl. Superb owl, which is what the wise spirit they go to in different ways. The superb owl is Super Bowl. Okay, so like I showed you, he is the goat, the greatest of all time, or they think God of all things. I call him the God of all things, stupid. So they are the goats that follow him because he's the God of all things, stupid. So anyway, thank you. I gotta make it funny at the end a little bit and make fun of that Jack Wagon, because listen, if you don't understand this, I'm sorry, but the amount of data I have and understanding from all kinds. I mean, listen, while this guy was okay, he is a clone of Akhenaten, okay, and I've shown that in so many ways. And Akhenaten exactly equals him, and Barack Obama equals Akhenaten. I mean, all kinds of things. And if you don't understand it, I'm sorry, but you need to understand this, because if you're gone, maybe if you rapture out of here, not a big deal. But if you need to be able to show people that you know, unless you don't care about people who you know, friends or family, that this guy is going to rise to power, and you cannot follow him. He's going. People are going to think he's the Christ that come back, and they're going to distort this so much, and then he's going to be the mediator between these aliens that show up. The Bible calls it the Great Deception. So you need to know some of this stuff. Even before we leave, the ones who are the most faithful will have some time here still, and you need to share this with people that you know. Unless you don't care about people, then fine, then don't. Yeah, who cares then? Whatever. Do what you want. That's that do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, as in Satanism. Okay, if you believe that, which is really Americanism, then fine. But if you care about people like I do, wake up. Okay? Ask the Lord Jesus, like I do every single day, what the truth is, and he will show you, if you know him, that this guy is him. He is him. Okay? He is the guy who's going to lead people astray in so many ways. And there's going to be a second beast, and that's future King William. And I said that would happen years ago. I said years ago that William would be the second beast, because the queen would die, and I was only a few days away from predicting her exact death. And I was 6 months from saying she's gonna die soon. And then when I started saying it, then 6 months later she died. Okay, and then I said that Charles won't be king very long either, because William's going to be it. And now he has cancer, and now they've been saying in all kinds of articles, you can look it up, they're prepping William to be king. And I said this years ago. Okay, so maybe I don't have the exact days right on these things and all that yet, even though it's coming. The big stuff is coming. I've said many things. I also said Biden would be replaced by Harris. Okay, well, okay, that didn't happen as far as actual presidency, but it did happen. I didn't realize the predictive program was showing that it would happen, that she would run for president instead. But that was what it was showing. So it's hard to know exactly what it is. But I predicted that years before it happened, that she would replace him. And it just happened to be that it was for running for president the next term. Okay, but still, in a sense, it happened. You know what I'm saying? And no one predicted that I know of, even when I did years ago or anything like that. So that's what I'm trying to tell you and show you. Please wake up. This stuff is important, and the timeline is super important to wake people up progressively over these 14/16/ the 17th day. By the way, the 17th day technically is the last day, and that's 12/25, and Barack Obama is 2/15, which is 17. And that's also Q, and who he really is. He's Q. Okay, anyway, not getting all that right now. So that's crazy. But anyway, so thank you. He is wow. Thank you for everyone who's ever supported me. Please share this video with anybody and everybody. Even if you have to say this guy is crazy and you should check this out and look what he's saying about the stupid bowl and all this kind of stuff and whatever. Just share it, please. For God's sake, share it. For people's sake. Please share this. And this is my part one. Part two is coming in a little while here. So, and whenever I can finally get this out, this is taking a few days to put together and stuff. So, and I don't know how long the next one's going to take. So anyway, and then also I want to ask, man, I hate keep asking this. I wish I never like to ask. I just don't. But I need help. If you're able to give it all, the link is in the description box below for PayPal, and even you can sign up for Zelle. If you don't do Zelle, you can sign up for Zelle.com. It's free to transfer money from bank to bank or a PO box. Send me something. Man, this last 6 months to a year, man, people are not giving now. I mean, very little, and I'm scraping by, and I have been. If not for a few faithful givers that have been giving, man, my family of 6 would not survive. And God just keeps us going, man. He always keeps us going, but man, it's scraping the bottom, scraping by right now. And I thank God when I last asked, because I said we need food and everything. I was able to pay with half of the food and some gas and stuff like that. Essentials, of course. It's always it seems like the last 2 years has been massive essentials, like to the bare bones essentials. Scraping by. Really, the last year has been horrible with the economy and everything too, I'm sure. But also, people just kind of man, especially people trying to wait for the rapture, if that's what they're looking for primarily or whatever, they're just, I don't know. It's just people are losing faith or losing whatever. They're falling away. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, so if you're able at all to give, we can use it. I literally need gas money. I'm down to nothing in my bank and everything. I need the food I did get recently. I need a few more days. Going to get some more, of course, and all that. So anyway, if you're able to give, please, I just thank you so much if you're able to give. And God will bless you like crazy. And it really supports us so I can keep getting this word out to the very end, to the very end. Because these things, I'm telling you, the majority of what I'm saying is going to come to pass because I've seen in dreams and visions. And then, but as far as the dates, I don't know. I'm always guessing. I do not know. But I think it's massive possibility that this time is hitting the nail in the head. I mean, really. So I'll just leave it at that. This is Exalted Lamb 1. God bless you. Over and out.